Welcome to Mic Check Waifu Waifu.
Mic check, waifu. Ma, tell them. Is that you?
It is.
This is episode 357 of Mic Check Waifu. As always, it's brought to you by Patreon. Patreon.com/Mic Check Waifu is where you can get early access to the video version of this podcast. Where you can get access to the Patreon exclusive podcast, The After Story. So where you can get access to the pre-show, which goes live 2 days before this episode airs. Shout out to all the Patreon producers, which keeps the lights on. Explicitly, Ked, the pro from Chaotic Culture Podcast. Fear, Semi Sensei, Frozen, T Money, Fingers. Dad Needs to Talk. Check out Dad Needs to Talk Podcast. Christian the Archivist, Rob Stone, Matthew H. the Great, and last but certainly not least, TK does snowboarding. I don't know why snowboarding was the first thing that came to mind, but it did.
It's hot as hell outside.
Mic Check Waifu is the anime podcast that's brought to you every Tuesday at 9:30 a.m. Central Time, where we talk anime, seasonal anime reviews and more. This is a very special week this week because we got the wrap of a few shows from the spring season. Next week is next week the official end of spring shows. Minus obviously Reincarnated as a Slime and Damon's, but everything else will be completely wrapped. Yeah, yep. That's it for our list. That is, and our list was about 30 deep. So that's dope. Today we are reviewing our spring pick show, our end of the season spring show that we chose to review, and that is the second prettiest girl in the class. We are going to review that in the second half of the show, specifically for one of our listeners, Crystal, because we're going to spoil it, and we don't want to spoil her, and she didn't get to watch it yet. So we'll let you know as soon as that comes up. That's going to be at the very last bit of the show. But I'm looking forward to that review and that conversation. But before we get into that, we got the wrap of a few shows and a couple of new shows to discuss for this season. But Tell, as we always do, what is your episode of the week this week?
Okay. I'm going to go with...
There was no Damon's this week, which was sad.
Yeah.
Not really many options, huh? Now that I think about it.
Yeah, no. Not the typical options. Classroom of the Elite.
Yeah.
Let's go with that.
That was a good rap. Ramparts of Ice, for me, personally, had a better episode than it normally has had in days past. Now, Ramparts of Ice has been good, don't get me wrong. But for me personally, as somebody in the hundreds of slice of life, it just felt usually like atypical be usual slice of life. This episode this week was better. Yeah, that's it. All right.
It wrapped this week, right?
It wrapped, this week. In 2 days, okay. 10 hours from the time we're recording this. So I can't wait for that. Did you know next season of You and I Are Polar Opposites is like the final season? They already announced that that's final. Crazy.
That's probably not bad though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. And usually Slice of Life get 1 or maybe 2 seasons. So you're right. You're right. All right. So where do we want to start today? Do you want to start with the 2 new shows that dropped for the summer? That's all part of our list?
Yeah, let's knock that out.
Let's knock that out first. First things first. From Overshadowed to Overpowered, second reincarnation of a talentless sage. Now I know you're listening to this podcast and probably rolling your eyes like, God damn it, Polow and Tell, this is another fucking isekai or reincarnated show. And you about to give us this whole spiel about the show being a Polow and Tell last show. However, hear us out. And I'm speaking for Tell. I have no idea what you feel about it. But I'm going to say personally, and this is a prediction of what Tell feel. I could be wrong. He's going to correct me if I am wrong. This reincarnated show is, I think, unique enough to be worth it because of the way it's structured and the premise of it.
Almost fresh out the gate too.
Yeah, straight up, like right out the gate.
Technically, it is fresh out the gate. It's the first episode, but even like they set it up well enough in the beginning to be like, oh, okay, they gave us everything we needed. Now they can progress.
Exactly. So let's start off with, we're going to spoil episode 1 just to give you the kind of spiel for this episode to see if you want to continue or to see if you want to add this show to your list. Now, I know it takes a little bit to get going, but here's out. That's normally how we do these first episodes. So from Overshadowed to Overpowered starts off in already a fantasy world of a sage who's a part of a crew of other sages and who seems to be the weakest of the 4 other sages?
3
other sages. And so they're fighting the Demon King, I would assume. They don't really say exactly if it is the Demon King or not. I'm looking into the synopsis to see if that was the Demon King. It doesn't say. So yeah, they fight the Demon King and they win. And when they win, they get crowned. What do they get?
Emperors
crowned?
of their specific affinities.
Yeah, emperors of their specific.
Emperor of wind, emperor of fire, emperor of earth, emperor of thunder.
Yeah, lightning. So
lightning. Yeah.
Yeah, and it basically starts off just like that. And as it starts off, it kind of almost time jumps into him being an old man, and he has essentially a class where he's training students. And that's where it gets like super interesting. I'm like, wait, I thought this was going to be Truck Coon type of reincarnation, but it's almost for one, the major difference is it's almost natural causes. But he's quite upset with himself because what happens in the episode, and I think this is a very important part of the episode, is that one of the mages, though I think the fire sage, discovers a way to check people's magic aptitude. Yeah. And when he checks his students, he figures out how it works, and he checks his own and realizes that he has no magical aptitude whatsoever, and he fucking loses it. Goes into
garbage.
Yeah, it goes into a spiral. Now, I'm already going to say, for a pre-gut check, I'm going to say that it's not that he doesn't have any magic. I just think that he's like capable of all. That's just my opinion, but I could be wrong. What you think about that?
I think his ability is what it is. You know what I mean? What is it? It's called unrelenting or something like that.
Yeah, I forgot about that part.
So basically, he has an ability that he found out or he remembered that makes him basically just never give up.
Yep.
And because he never gives up, he was able to train his abilities to be so ridiculous, right?
Right.
In comparison, there may have been someone with better aptitude, but they just didn't have the ability to train as much as he did to achieve it.
Yeah, I forgot about that part. Which
is really cool in my opinion, because he is the epitome of he gotta get it out the mud. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if you have no aptitude for it and you become an emperor in it, you know what I mean? The best in something specific means you literally put your life and soul into it. That's probably why he died the way he did.
Yeah, yeah. It seems like he died of a broken heart.
Yeah.
And when he died, he went back to the god and had a conversation with her. And the guy was like, okay, well, you get to go again. And when he gets revived or reincarnated, he learns that he has his previous top tier ability now as what was he like 4? As a 4-year-old kid. And then now his journey starts anew. And this is where we at after the first episode. And I'm like, damn, This is kind of cool, man. Very unique.
It's New Game Plus. But not Haibara's New Game Plus, but New Game Plus. Yeah,
it is essentially a New Game Plus mode for a fantasy world. Did they mention the fact that he first died and reincarnated into this world the first time as from normal Earth, came into this world, got his ability, his unrelenting ability, got old, died, reincarnated again in the same world.
Right.
But with his previous ability.
I think he could, I feel like he said, did he say he thought he was going to reincarnate in a different world?
I think he did say that.
Because it was cool. I thought it was cool too, the fact that as time progressed, he didn't even remember that he was reincarnated.
Right.
Which I think is a good thing to put into something like this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because the character, it's cool that they know, right?
Right.
But I feel like sometimes that instills this idea in the show that the character is more aware of their station than someone who was because his ability made it so cool that he had to grind for it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If he felt like, oh, I was reincarnated once, maybe I might get another chance or something like that, him forgetting means that his ability meant that much more, that he actually grinded for it even more. So I thought that was a cool little add-on to it.
Which probably means that he can make even his abilities even stronger than they are now, which would be really, really cool. Yeah,
because he was worried about capping out at 10, right?
Yep.
But now he's starting at level 10 spells.
Yep. Okay, so quick question here. I'm trying to see if I put it anywhere. And I gotta kind of look here. Maybe did I put it in notes? Damn, I don't think I did. Where did I put our definition of slop?
Oh. Was it the review?
No. I'm sure it's in our notes. So we can go through the notes real quick. So question.
What's up?
I'm trying to find our definition real quick before I ask the question. I want to read the definition first. I thought I put it in our Discord somewhere.
Yeah, when I typed in slop, it didn't come up. I know we said it before.
We definitely written it down and everything. It's there in somewhere. What was the definition we came up with quite a few episodes ago, apparently. Would you consider this to be slop?
So I would say, as of right now, no. Partially because of what you said, right? Unique enough beginning to have its own kind of almost like station. But I'll also say we haven't quite uncovered enough to definitively be like, this is slop. If the first episode seemed like it straight up just did not care, then I feel like we could be like, yeah, this is definitely slop. But this didn't feel like it didn't care. It felt like it presented the story orderly almost. Like it gave us enough of the world and story to say, boom, we're establishing things to move forward. And I feel like this was actually very tasteful for a first episode for an anime with a long title like this. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So here we go. Defining slop. Anime that feels formulaic in structure, presented with the carelessness in writing, animation, production, or mocking the viewer intelligence with unimaginative storytelling and plot devices, as well as the genre it is attempting to represent.
I feel like it represents the genre actually so far well.
So far.
I'm like, yo, the and Polow, like he said, he didn't want to speak for me, but he did speak for me. In general, and I hope I can speak for Polow when the formula is not cast aside with this, but it's more like they added small little tweaks to the formula that makes it feel fresh enough.
Fresh enough. That's it.
It's like, here's a Coke, here's a cherry Coke.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
It's just a little something different. It don't change entirely what it is. It just gives you something a little bit different from it. Not saying it's going to be amazing. It might completely fall off at the end. This might be a cherry Coke Zero. You know what I mean?
Well, I like cherry Coke Zero.
If you just drink a regular Coke, it's better for you.
No, I don't think that's true. I think they proved that not to be true, but I digress. Yeah, no, okay. I do think that this is definitely one of the better ones that is a part of this job. Now, again, this could turn into the complete usual harem fucking bullshit that just turns into a weak story with a weak final boss, and you know what I'm saying? It could just be that. It could fall flat completely. But as of episode 1, our definition of slop, it's not there yet. It's not there yet. All right.
I think it holds a decent spot.
Yes. Now this is one that I think I definitely can't speak for Tell on this one. I have no fucking clue. But Heroine Saint, no, I'm an all works Maid, and I'm proud of it. I'm gonna be honest with you. I enjoyed the hell out of this. I was so tempted not to watch it. I was very tempted not to watch it. And then I turned it on. And I'm like, okay, this is fucking neat. This is a very neat concept. Very wholesome. Very adorable in the sense of like the main character and what she's about. I do find this one to be very intriguing to me. However, I do think it'll be hard to carry for 12 episodes or however many episodes it's going to be. I'm going to say 12, but I think it's going to be hard to carry it for 12 if it isn't more to it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'm gonna be honest with you. I was like 8 minutes into this episode. I was like, yeah, nah, hell no. Nah.
Yeah.
I am so not gonna do this. And I felt bad because I was like, what if Polow watching he says good? So I was like, I'm gonna give it a shot. And I almost didn't hit drop. I'm not gonna lie to you. I almost didn't hit drop because I was like, I'm gonna let Polow say it first. But my brain said I'm gonna drop it for now.
Yeah.
And if Polow says it's worth watching, I'll give it a shot. But that first, I was like, this isn't for me. I know I'm gonna hate it. I don't, and I don't even necessarily know I'm going to hate it. I just didn't feel it. I felt like, mind you, I had just watched Overshadowed to Overpowered, right? Mm-hmm. And I went straight to this.
Me too.
I was like, I don't want to watch this. I'm not going to lie. I don't want to watch this.
It's not bad. I'm going to just say it from hear me out, y'all. It's not bad. I think Tell has a very specific taste when it comes to shoujo shows. And it's, as I'm watching, I'm like, yeah, tell me I'm not gonna watch this. And I had a feeling it was in my gut. That's why I said at the beginning, I'm like, I can't speak for Tell for this one because
I'm thinking like it because I remember Shadow's house. You know what I mean? I feel like I didn't feel
not even close.
I understand, but I'm just saying I didn't feel the like tension at all. I didn't feel like any kind of like desire.
There isn't supposed to be none yet. There is, according to the synopsis. Now, the synopsis is also what's keeping me here, is that it attacks by the Demon Lord. So that is something that I'm looking to kind of see where that comes in too. Yeah. But I just find it so extremely, and now give it a try. Crystal, pop this one in your list too. I think you would enjoy it. I think Crystal will enjoy it because it's adorable. It's absolutely adorable. Her motivations, this Maid lived with her mother all of her life, who seems to have been born from the I want to say the Count's mistress or something like that. I don't know, whoever she's supposed to be born from is like this big major head guy of this country, and she was raised by her mother, by a single mother, and the mother took very good care of her. And she had an infatuation with maids. And as the show goes on, it goes to the fact that she was also reincarnated in this world from Earth because she lived a life where she was very talented in just about everything and was bored of life. And as she was going to do some maid training, she died in a plane crash and was reincarnated into this new world. And then in this new world, it's like, what was that other show where the girl was a doctor? I forget what it was, and she died in a plane crash and was reincarnated into. It's the same premise as that, but instead of using a doctor ability, she became a maid. But lo and behold, she has this incredible magic aptitude, and she's a very, very strong magician, I guess, mage in this world. We don't really know much about how the powers or the system works in this world yet, but she then takes up work in this very dilapidated mansion for this very essentially poor family, I want to say. And because she is an all works maid, she's very excited because she get to do all the work herself instead of being a part of a maid team. And she get to show off what she's really capable of, since she's always wanted to do this in her previous life and in this one. So it's very interesting. There's a lot of, so far for me personally, there seems to be a lot of interest in her and the way she utilized her ability, her very strong magical ability in this maid work. But it seems like it's going to have romance and apparently attacks from the Demon Lord according to the synopsis. So I'm looking forward to seeing what that's going to turn into. I like it. I definitely like it. She's definitely my favorite character design too. I love the long black hair, and the art design is beautiful. I think it's great. I think it's good so far. Good. I'm not gonna say great. Great is strong.
I'm gonna give it a shot. I'm gonna give it a shot.
I think it's gonna be worth giving a shot. At least 3. At least 3.
Pick it back up.
All right. Now, with that being said, let's move on to some of the shows that wrapped up for the season. Let's start off with Dr. Stone, the final season, the final episode of the final everything of Dr. Stone. I think our guy Fear said it best. Sad to see it go. But at the same time, for me personally, I'm glad it's gone. Hear me out. I start towards the end of that last third core, they started spinning their wheels a little bit. It felt like we were going in circles forever. While they were speed running a lot of shit, the speed running was, I feel like they were speed running in a circle. Like, okay, we're going to get this next episode. We're going to get this in the next episode. And it was just over and over and over, virtually the same thing. We got to build a rocket. We got to go get more people to build a rocket. We got to go get more people to build a rocket. Now we got more people. Now we got to build a rocket. And we keep building a rocket, but the rocket exploded. Now we got to keep building a rocket. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was a lot of spinning in circles and going through the, what's that Ouroboros? Ouroboros. It was very good, but it was just the dragon eating his own tail. And if it would have went on for 5 more episodes, 2 more episodes, I think even, it would have been too much, and I would have got tired of it, been over it. But by the time it was all wrapped, it was cool. It was just cool.
Yeah.
I don't want to spoil it, but it was cool.
I didn't expect that though.
Yeah, I know. Me either. Me either.
I'm still like processing it, if that makes sense. I'm not sure if it's good or bad. Yeah, but I do feel like I'm gonna just say this. I feel like okay. I'm also like, okay.
Yeah, exactly.
If that makes sense. I'm just like, I'm not mad at it. I'm more cool with the fact that it's gone than I am distraught about how this went.
Yeah, same.
But
I like it.
It was a surprise.
Yep.
I think that it holds a very significant like interpretation of the world and life in general. And I'm very happy that they wrapped it up. And I love the like conclusion with all these characters. Like, mind you, all of these characters are like in their 20s now. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, everybody is actually adults. Like, we started with teenagers, high school students. So this is really cool.
Yeah, it was because there's maybe in the second half of the show, before we get to our review, I'll say my thoughts on how I thought it was going to go and how I kind of wanted it to go, because I kind of figured it was going to go where it went at the very last part of the episode. But I enjoyed it enough to say it's good. Is it Fire Force? No. Is there any other shonen that's ended recently? No, not Hell's Paradise, not even close. But it was good. It was good. It was a good show. It'll probably feel better as a binge for sure. And I can say that confidently. But it was good.
As an abridged.
Man.
cut some of that slop out.
Yeah, it's a lot of fucking this. Building a rocket. We gotta go get more people to build a rocket. Okay. All right, moving on. What's next?
So Dr. Stone. What about otakus?
Oh yeah, gals can't be kind to otaku. This was adorable, man. This is very adorable. Now this is where I fall. Crystal rated it a 9. Shout out to Crystal. Fear gave it a 7.8. I feel like it was adorable and it's fun enough to where I kind of want more. Mm-hmm. This is one of the ones where usually when these end, I'm like, okay, I'm good with that. I'm straight. But this one, I just want more because I want that beautiful art. I want both of these characters. I want drama. I want chaos. I want something in it to kind of spice it up a bit. Not in a bad way, but like something that gives it more, because we started to get it towards the end and then it got to its conclusion, and its conclusion was great, but I kind of wanted more of that intrigue for me personally. Other than that, I loved it. I absolutely loved it.
So if you had to rate it off the top of your head, what would you give it?
Mic check waifu scale, probably 8.5.
8.5
off the top of my head. Yeah.
Okay. I was thinking closer to 8.
Okay.
But I do think that I agree with so many of the same things. I did really enjoy those characters. I love them.
Love those characters.
And I'm not even sure if I want drama for them. You know what I mean?
And what I mean by drama,
I know what you mean. Like something that's pushing the characters.
Yeah, pushing character growth. That's it. Like right. It was towards the end when he started to feel, his lack of confidence started to have him waver a bit. I wanted more of that. That's it.
Yeah. These characters were they all had their own levels of depth. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And what was great about it is that they didn't quite force them into any specific box either. Like there was a box, right, that they could have all easily been pushed in, but them coming together kind of opened up that box, if that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely.
I love these characters as a trio.
It was brilliant. It was well done. This is one of the ones I found again that was unique enough that I enjoyed quite a bit. Haibara's Teenage New Game Plus, which is my sleeper.
Yeah.
This was another one I enjoyed. I enjoyed it a lot. I feel like the drama in this one was so unnecessary. And what I mean by that is he could have we knew the choice, right? There's an initial choice in this particular show. Watch it. It's great. I'm not going to spoil it. But there's an initial choice that was an obvious choice. I understand it getting a little complicated with the way since she was the first person to ever pursue him in that sense. But he let it spiral. And again, this goes into what they mentioned at the very beginning of the show is how he had trouble communicating. Like he doesn't know how to communicate or, conversate with people the normal way because the time he spent reincarnating or reinventing himself, he never really learned how to do that, which I think is a very valid piece of this story, which makes the story so valid in itself. Because if you forget about that piece, this can fall flat. If you remember the fact that he mentions that, and it's very much a piece of his character, then you've like, oh, this shit is it's kind of great. It's kind of a great show with that aspect of it, with being knowledgeable to you.
Yeah. Mind you, he also was sensitive to rejection because otherwise he would not have done this at all.
Exactly.
Meaning
right.
that he could be aware of other people being sensitive to rejection and not wanting to partake in that. Mm-hmm. I will say, of the slice of life we watched this season, this was not my favorite, but it was also not bad. Yeah. If that makes sense.
Oh yeah.
I definitely think that this one was like, I agree that should not have gone on for so long. Mm-hmm. And we got to that point to where it was like, I'm a little salty that you had to do old girl like that. Cause that should have never been that. If that makes sense.
She even mentioned like, it's kind of my fault for putting you in this situation. That's what makes the show so good because there's a lot of self-realization that these characters have that you don't get in these slice of life at all.
Right. Which, mind you, why can't Americans act like that? It's just Japanese kids who got that kind of self-reflection.
Yeah,
Mind you, I get it. But it's like I think the coolest part of it is that almost like exactly what you said. The fact that even though he got a chance to redo everything, you can't fix all your flaws. You know what I mean? Exactly. He fixed a lot of the exterior.
Yep. None of the interior.
he fixed a lot of the mistakes that he knew he was going to make, right? How people perceived him. But you still had a lot of, like you said, interior actions to take and do. Which to me, it really just felt like he didn't really need to change the exterior as much as he thought he did.
And you know what? That just kind of stunlocked me, because that is a good piece of this. I think that is wow. Yeah. Because you think about it,
personal confidence. If he just had the confidence regardless, right, he would have been cool.
And not try to put on a facade he did when he first was introduced, when he was, the nerd he was. It could have turned out the exact same, minus probably the romance piece of it. I don't know how shallow they were, so I can't really.
Because like you said, he didn't change really much interiorly, right? Yeah. So these people who got to know him internally knew who he was, all liked him.
Right.
All the girls liked him.
Yeah.
He just didn't have the confidence to talk to any of them.
Right. I mean, to me, you just proved the fact that the show's even better than I initially said too.
But that's what I'm saying, is that it's a good show. It is just crazy that it's crazy. I thought it was dope.
Yeah. So I was able to speak on this last week, but you finished Hat Atelier. What was your thoughts?
As we talked about Hat Atelier,
we got an unpopular opinion. At least I know I did last week. I don't know about you.
Very solid opening. That close was like, what? And even not even the close. Let's just go as its totality, right?
Okay. Yes.
And I apologize. I don't apologize. I don't care. So many of these characters were flat.
Yeah.
Ambitions, I get it. You know what I mean? They could have developed some of those ambitions better. And I think I said this to Polow, if it wasn't said in like the pre-show or something like that before. The only character before like these last few episodes, right? I really felt like, I was like, man, and that was so quick, was the Silver Eye guy. I was like, they developed him so well in that episode. Like I felt like
Keyfree.
I loved it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No. You said the Silver Eye kid, right?
Yeah, the Silver Eye kid. I felt like they developed him so well in that one episode. Yeah. I wish that they had spent more time like that with the characters we actually spend time with.
Yeah, we really didn't spend no time with we got a little bit of we got a little bit of Rise, the blue haired chick, a little bit of her.
Here we go. It goes, oh no, I froze my mother in crystal. Then it goes, I have to become a witch now. Learn witch things. Get sent to magic portal, learn fly things. Immediately after that, dragon, kill entire city. You know what I mean? It's like they jump from these like major events and then like some of these smaller, more minuscule things just to introduce scenarios. You know what I mean? Which some of these were like, I almost wish that like these brimmed hats were actually more present. Like just seeing them in the background and not actually initiating as much and being as prevalent. Like it would have been cooler to, I guess, have that engagement. I don't actually know where they could have fixed some of this. It wasn't. It began with me feeling very hopeful for what the anime was. I'm not sure where I stand on it right now because it's just mad okay.
Let me tell you what the anime community is going to do. They're going to boast about how pretty the show is, how gorgeous it looked, how cool the magical system is. The magic system is cool. No doubt about that. You cannot take that away. Like the way the magic works in a way that's never been done before. Drawing symbols, like that's fucking cool. Like having magic being done that way. Yeah. And then making anybody capable of doing it is just it being a thing for it not to be done by everybody because of history. That part of the world building is dope.
People are greedy, selfish.
Yeah. However, what we talk about all the time that's important to us, and I'm going to speak for Tel here, forgive me, is characters. If your characters are dull and boring and don't offer anything that complements the world better, and it's not fun. Now, I'm not going to say they needed to have the brim hats more prominent. I think the coolest part about that is the secrecy behind the brim hats. but it's the blandness of the other characters that didn't bring anything each episode. Each episode they didn't bring shit. A god didn't bring anything but hate.
She was certainly
the main chick, I don't even remember her name, didn't bring anything but being forgettable and annoying and a nuisance because she kept making terrible decisions. Keyfree, the silver Gojo, he was fine. He had more to him. I wish they would have gave us more of him. They could have gave us more of him, and that probably would have made up for the lack of everybody else having a lack of character. And then we don't know anything about the pink hair girl. We know a little bit about the blue hair girl, about her wanting to do magic for herself. It's fine, but I don't think the way she went about her methods, at least what they explained to us so far, was enough for her to act the way she did. Like, she want to be herself. She want to do her own thing. I get it. And your reasoning is because somebody said that your magic is so special. I didn't believe it. None of it was believable. Now, I know maybe we just didn't get enough of that. But it's just, it felt, this show would be a fucking 7, and the 8 and a 9 comes from animation and world. Like, it's just, and that's it. It doesn't have anything else going for it whatsoever.
But hear me out. The anime community is gonna love Gojo 2.0.
Yeah, they're gonna love it for everything else that we're the opposite on. And I know it's, again, people probably turned the podcast off after they heard us talk about this because I know how anime people are. But it's the truth. It's how we felt. That shit was mad boring. And even at the end when it was supposed to get hectic, I was bored. You know?
And there's so much, and mind you, contemplation isn't always bad, right?
That's for sure.
Here's what they could have done instead of the fucking contemplation. Oh, sorry, excuse my language. What they could have done instead of all the contemplation, just do it.
Yep.
They already solved the issue with, like, bro having to, like, be nervous and things like that. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Just do it. You don't have to explain it. Just do it. We can see what's happening on the screen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's almost like, and I hate to say it, right? Because I don't want to sentence to be a hero. You don't have to break it down for me and tell me every detail that happened. Just do it. I'm watching the screen. I'm looking at what's happening. You can just move. And I'm like, I understand. And it's not that I completely understand all the magic system, right? Because they haven't explained every little detail. We're still finding out things, how symbols reverse. If you switch them upside down, they do different things. If you switch them this way, that's cool. That's crazy cool. Stop talking about it sometimes, though. You know what I mean? Like, talk about it when we're in a place where it's supposed to be taught. When we're with Keyfree and the other students and we're all learning, the other apprentices and we're learning, talk about it. We're in the middle of a battle. Stop saying, use your flexible magic to do blah, blah, blah. And then when you do this and you flip the symbol upside down, it does this. Don't do that.
It wasn't as bad as the...
It wasn't that ridiculous.
No.
You know what I mean? It wasn't as, like, Sentence to Be a Hero-esque, right?
Right.
But they really could have just done it. And I feel like if they had just done it, we would have gotten further and things could have been a little bit more interesting. It's
a different situation, though, to put it into perspective, though. And I think you have to. So hear me out. You got to put it into perspective as the teacher-student dynamic that's in this show. The teacher-student dynamic in this show is so important that you gotta shout it out. Like, even if it's almost close to Sentence to Be a Hero. Sentence to Be a Hero, it was no teacher-student shit there. They just did they fucking told you every little bit of detail and it exposed the plot of what the episode was going to be about at the very beginning almost every time, so you knew what to expect to come in that particular. It was awful. But this one,
mind you,
he was a teacher and a student was learning from scratch at an age where she shouldn't have been. Like, she shouldn't have been learning magic, period, let alone, at an age where they're like well past. She's basically an outsider to this world. You know what I'm saying? So I get what you're saying, but I also feel like that isn't a fair criticism only because it's a teacher-student dynamic within the show.
Yeah. And you're right. But I was also gonna say, again, with the character thing, Uni, he was. I'm not gonna say he was irritating. Yeah. But I am gonna say this. Yeah. How they develop characters who are not our main characters is crazy. Yeah. Because they developed him and then yep. Poof.
Yeah. Way more than they develop anybody else.
Why would you even do that?
Yeah.
Mind you, season 2, I understand you gonna give us more time with these characters. I hope that you give them time to shine. But man,
that last season cliffhanger was the fucking worst. It didn't even feel. It felt so inappropriate.
Like they wanted to come back and watch it.
Yeah,
it felt like they wanted us to watch this no more.
It just felt inappropriate. It did feel so wrong to do. It felt like it should have been episode 12, and then 13 is when you get the big shit, and then it wraps up as kind of like on a downward trajectory. You know, like it just felt weird. It felt weird as hell. Sorry I know y'all like that show, and
trying to entice us, but also like. For some of us, it was a turn off.
We getting cussed the fuck out right now by the listener. They are yelling at it. They are yelling at it.
Don't cuss out my brother.
Y'all crazy. Y'all crazy. We getting all that. Anyway, yeah, I don't care. Wine and Wistoria season 2 wrapped. This one we can't really go into spoilers because it is a season 2, but this one was fucking special. This one was like, that's how you end the season for one. This did everything right that Hat Atelier did wrong. The development of the characters was fantastic. The fights were amazing. The pacing was perfect. I found this to be one of the best seasons of a shonen I think I've seen since Hell's Paradise season 2. And I mean that.
Wow. Wanda Wistoria. So talk about openings again. The opening for this season was ridiculous.
Oh my God.
Ridiculous. Like they went from a good ending on season 1 to like, nah, sucker, boom. I pity the fool. This is season 1. I was like, oh my God. I had no idea that was actually like a true prequel to it. This felt amazing.
Yeah.
And this felt like a genuine start, even though like we had already started. You know what I mean? It felt like a genuine start. It felt like a genuine change for a lot of what's happening, right? And it felt like we got so much backstory and so much introduction that felt needed.
Yeah.
The Magia Vander though. Hey, they be going.
They go crazy.
Oh my God.
Okay, so let me just say this. I think the steps in which the power scales is appropriate. Because I think the students, the top students that were, the ones that were against Will in the first season, their power level seemed so unreachable, but then it became reachable, and we reached it. When we reached it, at the end of season 1, we learn, we improve, we get better. Now we move forward. Now we push into the tower. We're inside the tower. Now the blooming event happens and we see, oh shit, I'm not capable. And then some, shit occurs, and I'm not going to go into too much detail on it, but when it happens, it's like, okay, the Magia Vander seems out of reach, but I think what the show's going to do well is getting the others to the point where they are reachable. You know what I'm saying? In which, because this is a school / college, I'm gonna call this the college part. The school is the school. So I do find this. I'm gonna be real with you. Mic check waifu scale. This one got like a 9.5 for me personally. I mean, everything from music, characters, pacing, everything was like top fucking tier.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think this entire season you only said something negative about one episode,
and it wasn't even necessarily the episode. It was like the structure in which they decided to go with the story, right? Yeah. And we talked about that in detail on a few episodes ago, but that is probably the reason why it's like the 0.5 down. You know what I mean? Because everything else was brilliant. Am I off base there?
Nah. You absolutely on point. And I agree with what you said. Like, this is so on par with something like what the fuck? Why can't Hell's Paradise? It's so on par with something like Hell's Paradise.
Yes.
It is. I hate to say it. This is where I like want shonen to kind of be.
Me
like
too.
I would love if shonen was like always this kind of good.
And I'm strict when it comes to shonen, bro. This shit was spectacular.
And mind you, when I say shonen, I don't necessarily mean like the things like Overshadowed to Overpowered or anything like that. But like if we got stuff like this that was like your typical shonen, I want to, be powerful and train and achieve some goal.
Yeah.
Believe it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
If it was all this, like cooking like this,
Yeah.
man, what? I would high key. I wouldn't even be mad if somebody said they only watch shonen. I'd be like, you probably still need to diversify a little bit, but you ain't even got to that shonen like that. Yeah, you good, brother. You good. Go ahead.
It's so leagues above everything else.
And I'm about to say something really quick, right?
Please do.
I don't care. I'm gonna say this. I'm scrolling through threads. Somebody's like, I'm watching Wistoria, and I'm on episode 2, and I already think it's better than Black Clover.
What? This is season 1, right?
Season 1. I'm
okay,
like,
good,
you know
good,
what?
Good.
You're right. You're already right. Somebody in the comments said, well, Black Clover got 130 episodes. You can't even really compare them. Nah, man, I don't want to hear that. Wistoria was better in season 1.
Bro, Black Clover is so bad. It's so bad. Every time I think about how bad it is, because what happens is my mind goes to shows like Wistoria or Hell's Paradise or Demons of the Shadow Realm or shows that just so much, it offers so much more. I'm like, how can anybody believe that Black Clover is good? How? I can't. Even if you're reading it,
it's because they like that one scene where everybody pulled up to help save their teammate.
Yeah, because that's all I fucking see.
It's the best pull up. It's the best pull up in any anime, bro.
And it's not to me personally. I still
not even close.
I still don't think that's even near close.
Act like Bleach ain't go crazy. Act like Naruto didn't go crazy. Are you serious?
Naruto had like 3 of them.
I swear. And it was better every time.
Dog, and the pull up they're all different too. And the major, sorry to get into this, but the Naruto pull up when I believe it's Sakura that calls for Naruto, and he pulls up with the fucking. I'm getting chills right now. He pulls up with the 3 toads, and he's just standing. I'm like, what? That alone shits on anybody.
Like Hinata just got put in a body bag. And you think Naruto wasn't gonna pull up? Come on, man.
Chills, bro. Chill.
Not even close. Get Black Clover out of here.
That shit sent the chill down my back just thinking about that Naruto moment. That shit was so fucking clean. Anyway. That Naruto is so good. I
swear, blood about to start boiling.
It's so good. I think that's it. Put a shit there right. Let's get into Tanya, Saga of Tanya, the evil Saga Tanya, evil Tanya of Saga.
What did you think of the season?
So let me preface this by saying we were supposed to have 3 more next week and then the movie, but I couldn't take it no more because what happens is at the very beginning of watching this rewatch or the watch for me is what the show did so well was break up every arc in 3 episodes. And I mean, it was like perfectly broken up in 3 episode arcs. I'm like, this is brilliant. It's perfect. Then that second arc didn't end at that second set of 3 episodes. I'm like, well, fuck. I really need to see what's going to happen. So I continued and I finished it and then I watched the movie. And it was, for one, watching the series and then going into the movie was pretty seamless. And what's crazy is that I went from dubbed to subbed and it was still so seamless because the dubbed is so fucking good that it just don't sound that different from the sub. It's very strange. Very strange the way they got that on point. But it was Funimation. Funimation used to take a lot of effort in dubbing their cast. So, but I digress. Saga of Tanya the Evil is very much it makes me uncomfortable in two ways. let me clarify. The 2 ways it makes me uncomfortable is that we're the Empire, definitely the bad guys. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And it mirrors Nazi Germany so well that it makes me uncomfortable to root for Tanya in a lot of aspects. But that just goes to show how good that the actual writing in the show is because I'm rooting for Tanya. You know what I'm saying? And that is very hard to do for you to root for somebody who is clearly a part of a empire or thing that is mirroring Nazi Germany that is essentially winning. But It's very good. It's very, very good in every aspect in that movie. Holy shit, that movie.
Yeah. So man, hear me out when I say this. That movie, that felt like a setup, bro.
Yeah.
I was worried in that movie. Mind you.
You know it's Bing X, though.
I know. But the strategizing, how things happen, oh my God. I love who Tanya is. And mind you, I'm watching it. My wife right behind me. And she's like, looking at it, she's like, what, this little girl going crazy. I'm like, mind you, I say this, mind you, baby, that's like a 20, 30-year-old man
40,
inside a little girl body.
Yeah.
And she's like, what? I like, yeah, man. And like, it's cool. And all of this is just so that all of this is just so Tanya can live a regular life, bro.
Yep.
Tanya, like, I don't want to work hard. I just want to chill.
What's crazy is that all Tanya had to do was say, okay, there is a God. And just fucking, she would probably have smooth sailing. Because it just seems this is a out of spite Bing X type of shit. Like, just, I'm going to make you believe in something. And that,
Tanya's like, nah.
Yeah, and that alone, like,
God, I'm not saying there's a God.
It's crazy. It's wild. It's a great show, and I'm glad I didn't have to wait 6 years, 7 years, or whatever it is. Even more than that, because it was 2017, I think. So yeah, next week is the beginning of Saga of Tanya the Evil. I do it. Something about that title for some reason fucks my brain up because it don't look like it's supposed to read like that. Anyway, and then what else? What else we got here? That's it.
You know what time it is.
Let's get to know my check waifu real quick, and then I'm going to say my theory of what I wanted Dr. Stone to end at, and then we're going to do the review after that.
Okay.
All right. Okay. So, Pel, you want to roll a random? I wrote a random number generator, or did you? Right. I don't remember.
I wrote it 2 weeks in a row.
Okay. 100.
You said 100?
No, 96.
Yes. Oh no.
70.
Do you follow any anime bloggers or reviewers?
That Needs to Talk podcast. Cant the Pro from Chaotic Culture Podcast. And truthfully, that's it. I'm going to be real with you.
Same. Yeah. Right?
Because for me personally, I think everybody...
Spicy ladies still.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I think everybody else is too broad for me, my taste.
Yeah.
Like they do movies and comics and stuff like that. Like I don't read a lot of manga, so Dad Needs to Talk give me like manga fixes a lot of the time. And then Cant the Pro for like music and other nerd culture things, I go to him. And then everything else is like they're either talking about movie, comics, and cartoons and other stuff that my interest isn't there on. But yeah, I mean that's it.
Every once in a while I check out Ivy.
Oh yeah, the Wonder of Anime.
Mm-hmm. Every once in a while, because I'll like open up Instagram and I see her stuff, her posts.
Yeah, she's big on the manga side too.
Yes, she's also big on the like romance as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, yeah. All right, my quick little theory on Dr. Stone. What I wanted Dr. Stone to end at, because I knew
this is spoilers.
There's very big spoilers. So for the end of the last season, the last episode. So if you're not caught up, don't listen to this part. I think that where it completely ended, when they were talking about using a time machine, that's where I thought it was going to equate to it being a mecha senku or something, and from a time machine or something like that went to the moon, supplanted himself there in that time machine in order to it was for a major reason because the Earth was about to be hit with something, and they decided to save everybody. That's what I thought it was going to be. I didn't think it was going to be a nano fucking being species that just needed somebody to create them or to advance the technology so they won't rust in oxygen filled places. Like that fell a little flat. I thought it was going to be something more creative, like a time machine being developed by Senku and the team to do something to protect the Earth or something like that. And then was going to discover that that's what it was.
I was roughly where you were.
Yeah.
Right. My idea was more of like it was his dad and them.
Yeah,
and
something like that.
Not that they were there, but they built the same thing that you was basically talking about.
Yeah,
like
that's where I was. It could be the interchangeable.
Right. Exactly. So when I saw this, I was like, okay. And I was like, okay.
Okay, yeah, like it's cool.
As you understand,
I get it.
But it's not the worst concept in the world because it expands the idea that like, clearly humans are not the only thing that exist.
Right.
At least most of us who are science based, we don't believe that humans are necessarily the only thing that exists out there. Right. There's got to be some other sentient being. And then they pose the question, I mean, do you know who made you? And they was like, oh, wait, hold up. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's what kept my interest intrigued.
Funny conundrum / paradox.
Yeah.
To end on, but it's Dr. Stone, and that's kind of what they should do. End on a little conundrum / paradox.
100%. 100%.
Was it my ideal ending? Absolutely not.
Nah. Was it bad?
Can I rock with it? It was cool.
Yeah, exactly. Was it bad? No, it wasn't bad at all. Bad at all.
They definitely ended it at a good time though, because any longer I'd have been like, oh my god.
Facts. If it would have continued, I was like, okay, that's enough. That is enough. Cool, perfect. Okay, now finally, this episode's a little bit longer. Let's get into our review. Didn't I have the review? Oh, I exited out of the review page. Goober. Okay, there it is. So, for the uninitiated, we review a show at the end of the season that we chose when we did our preview episode. The show we landed on by using essentially the random number generator again was I made friends with the second prettiest girl in my class. So, our reviews are very unique and they go by categories. There are 5 categories that we review and give a rating to using a 20-point scale, which is like 9.5, 8.5, 7. Etc. Using that 20-point scale, we rate the 5 categories: animation, which is the art style, visual direction, scenery, overall viewing experience; sound design, the soundtrack, the composition, sound effects, and how well it ties to the visuals; pacing, the episode-to-episode strength and continuity, and how well the story developed and unfolded as the series went on; plot, the overall story and how well it was written and how well the story resonated with us, the viewer. And last but not least, characters. The relatability of the overall relatability, overall development, and the growth of the characters and how memorable they were. We take those 5 categories, we rate them, then we average it out individually to a overall Mic Check Waifu score. Without further ado, let's give our overall thoughts on I made friends with the second prettiest girl in my class.
You want to go first? You want me to go?
Yeah.
This was my favorite slice of life of this season, in my personal opinion.
Unironically,
I think that the depth that these characters presented,
all of them,
is asinine.
Crazy. It's crazy. Because when we first looked at this,
that's a hell of a spoiler, bro. This character go crazy.
When you look at the show and you see the title and you read the synopsis and you're like, oh, this is gonna be just another one of them. And you think it's gonna be just another one of them. It's so much more. It offers so much more that I was shocked. I was shocked and surprised at how it topped my list by the end, which I didn't think was gonna happen, especially with girls getting kind of otaku.
Yeah, very thoroughly surprised at like how so much of this was just good. It was just, it's like I said, it's crazy. Easily, in my opinion, like the best slice of life this season. And one I think that it will be relatively hard for me to forget.
Yeah. It was very, very memorable. Oh, did you ever finish Angel Next Door Spoils Mirage season 2?
I did not. I'm sorry.
You tripping. Okay,
I meant to binge it. I was supposed to binge it and I did not. My bad.
It's okay. It's okay. I figured because when I heard you say what you just said, I figured you didn't watch it yet. Because that one's really good. Okay. So starting with animation of I Made Friends with the Second Prettiest Girl in my class. I'll start with this. This was unsurprisingly, the first 3 episodes was unbelievably animated for some reason. Don't know why. It was like, for lack of a better term, angle driven, and like it was just the direction of it was so weirdly, spontaneously beautiful and artsy. And then later it just kind of settled to a mellow, normal slice of life look to it that, I was a little shocked by. But the beginning was very beautiful. I still think the character design is also some of my favorite. It offered everything I loved about character design, and it was unique enough. But for me, the animation was probably maybe the weakest part. And I'm going to go with 8 here. That's just how I felt. Phil?
I agree with Polow. They had their moments intermittently.
Yeah, very intermittently.
Like it was there. It was on point for what it was supposed to be. Then otherwise it was just like your typical moment. I definitely think that I wish that they had kept some of that dynamic that they had in the beginning. But I also think it did what it was supposed to do, which was like sink in that 3-episode rule. It was like, you're not leaving after this.
True.
But I gave it a 7.5.
All right. Sound design. I absolutely love the music that was tied to like emotional moments and scenarios. It's the one thing I think about a lot when the show is on, and it was either going through a dramatic and emphatic stage for our characters. I enjoyed the sound design a lot, including the intro. I like the intro too. The intro, I've watched it a few times, and if you can get me to watch your intro a few times, that means you're good enough. So I gave it an 8.5. It was pretty good. Oh, you were supposed to start with style. My bad.
Yeah, I mean, I'll let you cook. Go ahead. The sound design really carries those emotional moments. Mm-hmm. And that's where I felt like the most in sync with what's going on. I always say this. I love when they can choose to cut the audio off. When they can choose that silence is important, but then they kick back in with the heartfelt music. I think one of the most important moments in the show was like his meeting with his dad. Mm-hmm. And Chills. I remember like I literally had to go back and rewatch it. Because the first time I watched it, I was like so tuned in. I don't think I heard a damn thing. You know what I mean? Yeah. But I went back to like rewatch it. I was like, oh my God, this is actually an amazing scene. Probably, like I said, it's going to be stuck in my head for a while. I gave the sound design an 8. Yeah.
Pacing.
Now, this I'm gonna go pacing because this is where I mean technically you're supposed to go here, but I'm not sure if this is where Polow and I are gonna differ. But I do have some very specific thoughts about this, and I kind of don't care what Polow say. Okay, I'm just gonna be honest here. The pacing was one of my like favorite parts of this because it flowed extremely well for me. I feel like, and I know we say this all the time, pacing and plot get mixed up. The pacing put everything in the spot it was supposed to be when it was supposed to be there. I felt like they introduced characters at the right time. They introduced scenarios at the right time. They introduced emotions at the right time. They introduced everything at the right fucking time. This, in my opinion, for a slice of life, is what pacing should be. Pinnacle, damn near. So I gave it a 10.
Okay. Yeah. It's not, and there's no denying it that it was great. Episode to episode strength and continuity. How well the story developed and unfolded as the series went on. It's kind of hard to deny the fact that it was some of the best part about the show, pacing wise. Everything, it was brilliant. It was brilliantly paced because when I think about it, right, when you continue on from episode to episode, they didn't leave anything lacking in an episode. There was always something accomplished, character growth wise, story unravel wise, and where it ended wasn't necessarily like a blue ball cliffhanger. It was very tastefully done. I can't deny the fact that I agree with you on it being the pinnacle of pacing when it comes to a slice of life story. Because the problem that I have with some slice of life, Ramparts of Ice, they try to do the cliffhanger thing, and it's not cute, in my opinion. It's not a good way of telling your story. But I agree with you saying that this is the pinnacle of storytelling. I think the only thing that's, when I think of pacing being a perfect thing, I think of, well, you know what this remind me of pacing wise? Apothecary Diaries. Because Apothecary Diaries did it perfectly when it comes to a beginning, a middle, and an end to an episode. Mm-hmm. Okay. This has that in droves, where it was always somebody growing, where it was always somebody pushing forward, and it was always tastefully ending, you know? I do agree with you. Now plot. Okay.
Oh, so you gave it a 10?
Yeah, I gave it a 10. Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Plot. For me personally, the plot was so unique, man, in a slice of life that I was shocked. Like, how have I not seen this story before? And there's a lot of elements of the story you do see in slice of life, but it's always one or the other or the other. Hear me out when I say that. It's always Otaku makes friends with the cool girls. Okay. Dangers in My Heart is one that I think about. Girls Can't Be Kind to Otaku. You and I are Polow. That is always the main through line of this plot. But not only did it have that was just a small piece of what the story was. Okay. The quiet kid makes friends with the popular girls. Okay. That's just one piece. Then you got the emotional pieces when it came to individual girls' story, individual main character story that was all very significant and prominent throughout the show. Blew me away. I'm like, oh shit, that is very memorable. The fact that it had main plot story threads for almost each character, it was brilliant. Obviously, the most popular girl got the least amount of that story, but it's called I Made Friends with the Second Prettiest Girl in My Class. So it was appropriately done. Plot for me personally was, again, a 10. I think I mean that from the bottom of my heart to the top of my soul. This shit was so well done.
I don't know if Polow saw this, but I already put in a 10 before he even said anything. Because I'm gonna just be honest with you. I already knew it.
Yeah.
I already knew it off top. Right off top of my dome. I was like, it's definitely a 10. And I say that because it is. It most certainly is. Every character that we were introduced to, even up until the end, right? Because we had the issue with the second and first Prettiest Girl, where they had their own issue, not specifically with them, but with the group, their friend group. Mm-hmm. That friend group still being a thing, and even until the end, those same girls are like, it's always been them. Yeah. It's always been them. You know what I mean? It's like, yo, I love that. I love the idea that, like, we got the trauma for both of our characters. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like I said, the dad scene. I am engrossed and engulfed in that dad scene. That was crazy.
Beautiful.
And just how you felt about it. I can't lie to you. I relate. But the wrap up to it, like I said, so tasteful, and it didn't leave you hanging. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It gave you every answer, and just let you know we're gonna start a new season for them. That don't necessarily mean we get a new season. I don't even want one.
Yeah,
that was
we don't have to.
Clean.
It was
that
real
was
done.
clean. Oh my God! Don't give me nothing else because I'm gonna cry. It was perfect.
It was perfect.
I'm giving it a 10.
It was perfect. Yeah, I mean, it was just so. It even throughout the plot where you have like the character, the reason why the relationship developed into love. There was a plot behind that. It was so well done. All right, you can go ahead with characters.
The characters in this show are extremely well articulated. Their desires, wants, and needs are also extremely well articulated. Their histories are also, at least for our main characters, extremely well articulated. These characters all have something that binds you to them.
Mm-hmm.
You feel emotionally invested and attached to these characters, especially our main two. And even like, I'm thinking about the last few scenes where it's like the first Prettiest girl, she's like, I want this so bad for my life. And the mother, oh my God, the mother being introduced, and Umi's mom, Umi's family in general.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
dude, that moment where he started crying to see this happy family.
Oh my God.
Oh, it's so good.
I swear to God. I'm sorry, I'm gushing. But that's what happens when you actually just write a good fucking story. Mm-hmm. That's what happens when you write good characters. And like I said, the characters are going to be another reason in this show that it's going to be extremely hard to forget. It's going to maintain memorable. These last three parts of this were, like, to me, amazing for this show. So I also gave characters a 10.
I knew you would, because I did too. Because they're so intertwined between the plot, pacing, and characters that you can't have one be perfect without the other in this particular show. And now, mind you, this might be a flaw within our review system. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Because how in a slice of life do you separate plot and characters? Because the slice of life the plot is the characters usually. So it's hard to kind of differentiate those two when it comes to these type of reviews. But in some instances, you still can. Like, I could still...
Yeah, because it could be like the attempt at the plot was really good. Like, I like what they gave us for the plot. It's just, why did they choose these characters? You know what I mean?
Or vice versa.
For what they did here, these characters just matched. It went so well. It flowed so well. This felt like... It felt... I hate to say it, great. It just felt great. That just is what it is.
100%.
The show was great.
100%. Which leaves us to the final scores. I gave animation an 8. Tell gave it a 7.5. I gave sound design an 8.5. Tell gave it an 8. Pacing, 10 for each. Plot, 10 for each. Characters, 10 for each, which gives my overall score 9.3, which gives Tell's overall score 9.1, which gives us Mic Check Waifu the Anime Podcast official review for I Made Friends with the Second Prettiest Girl in My Class, a 9.2. I can't.
How you feel about that?
I can't deny that that's where it belongs.
Yeah.
Which puts that just under Journal with Witch.
But hear me out.
I'm listening.
My goodness, bro. This show had so much. It had more to offer than what I expected going in, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
There's no way you go into this and expect something like this. And I think that's what you were getting at in the beginning. You don't turn this show on with a name like that and expect it to be what you just got. You know what I mean? You went to a restaurant. I said, I'm going to an all-you-can-eat buffet. You expect some trash quality food, but you went to an all-you-can-eat buffet and got a 5-star meal? Why am I at a 5-star Michelin buffet? What's going on? I don't even know if Michelin restaurants go to 5 stars. All I know is thank you, and I appreciate that.
Dude, what's funny is that like the title, I Made Friends with the Second Prettiest Girl in My Class, sets an expectation that it then crushes by giving you the relationship that builds, that becomes romantic, even still while having 4 or 5 episodes or left or whatever it was. And it continues to evolve and it grows. And the main character, look, I'm gonna earn the right to be next to you. And it was just all so fucking well done, man. 9.2. Okay, so it puts it under Vinland Saga season 1 and in between Arcane and Windbreaker. So yeah, so where it's at right now, it's I put it number 14, just above Arcane, above Windbreaker. It doesn't really matter because they're all the same score. But
I would also put it above Arcane because Arcane technically isn't an anime and it's an anime podcast.
Sure.
But, you know.
Yeah, sure. But it's there for a very good reason. I loved it. I loved it so much.
Oh, brother.
What a great show. And Tell, what a great review. Good job, man.
Yeah, good job, brother. I didn't know where you was gonna go. I knew you was gonna. I mean, stop lying. I knew you was going. I knew you was rocking with this.
Yeah, of course.
Because there's no way. There's absolutely no way. And mind you, we didn't really talk about this anime week to week that much.
We didn't. I mean, I'm pretty sure I gave it episode of the week quite a few times, but
yeah, bro,
it deserved more. To be honest, there's a lot of times where it deserved, but it was in the same season as ReZero, so you know, it is what it is.
Yeah, it was.
Listen, but I'm at Polow Born Fly on all social media.
I'm at King Telliano on social media.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel. We would greatly appreciate it. And subscribe to the Gaming Podcast YouTube channel because we're going to get back to that soon. And as always, Mike, check.
Man, the second prettiest girl ever. It was crazy.
You're now tuned into Mic Check Waifu Waifu. Is that you? Is that you? Is that you? Is that you? Is that you?